Alright. Which one gonna do?
It's the MIBs.
We gotta hit this one on there. This is a good one. Alright. Ready?
Yeah.
What we doing, man?
All right, let's get into our next topic. This is something that back in the day, I ain't gonna say back in the day. I always say
Which
that.
one is this one? I'll see it now.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is something
there.
that this is a topic about because you know when we were younger, these things didn't correlate with each other. It was either this or that. Basically, but now they coexist, and it's just off the chain. But let's jump into this aliens in the Bible. Do they really coexist? Or are they separate? Or what's your take on
Until next time on X-Files.
that used to be my show too.
I hated that song. That song scared the hell out of me as a kid. I don't know why aliens just scare me, man. No, I think as humans we are really naive to feel like we're the superior being or only thing in the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I told you my stance. I don't think we left the atmosphere. I don't. So, and like I said, if we did, something up there told us not to come back, and we ain't been back since. But to think that they haven't visited us, aliens, is naive.
But that's not the question. The question is how does it correlate with
the Bible? You said it in the Bible, and there's a lot of Bible verses where they talk about
beings from out this earth.
beings from outer space. You know, all throughout freaking all throughout the Revelations, is always talking about these creatures or whatever, right? And something plugs in the Bible, like Isaiah and Ezekiel and Nehemiah. They talk about like lights flashing in the skies and these objects coming in. It's like the consistency of like a metal and these beings and so it's kind of like, okay, you believe in the Bible and then you believe God's word and you got to believe that these things is true. Just because it hasn't happened here recently for us to verify doesn't mean it didn't happen. Like we can all mostly agree to that. The second thing is that we have to understand that some of the stuff we see and accept the fact that we didn't build this stuff. And these mysteries it's crazy.
Like what? What do you
Like
mean by that?
I think the Mayan people,
Mm-hmm.
they just all vanished, all at one time. There's no trace of them. All of them gone. No bodies, no anything. And we just supposed to think like we don't know what happened with that.
Right.
The pyramids. The pyramids is frustrating with me because it's like we thought we built them, right? And then you have everybody exploring them, and for some reason, was it this year or last year, they talked about these chambers inside of the pyramid that runs down thousands of feet deep. We didn't know that before.
No.
Or you just decided to tell us, like, oh, it's cool to tell us. What I think happened, and it's again, if I get followed home by a black helicopter, you know why. I think they explored it, understood what it was, and then felt like, all right, it's safe enough to tell the world. That's what I think that was
I
happening.
was about to say that. Like, I think it's more like
We can't tell these people this now.
Yeah. Disinformation. They don't want to give us the right information, so
Correct.
they try to throw us off. But the information age is starting to let us know about certain things. But my take on because growing up, it was either the aliens or the Bible. You couldn't believe in both.
Well, even to add to that, dinosaurs.
Yeah,
It just dawned on me, man. Dinosaurs too.
Yeah, but the dinosaurs. Some people say that dinosaurs are in the Bible. They speak about these creatures outside where Adam and Eve was, but outside the Garden of Eve, there's animals out there that, you know. But it was. I think that it's. Because the way society is now, how they give us information, it's so much we can take in. We can make our own assumptions.
This is the information age, yeah.
Yeah, so
but it's a lot.
It's so much that it's like
you don't know what's true.
Yeah,
what's not.
man, because they come out with shows like you ever watch that? It's on a History Channel called Ancient Aliens.
Ancient Aliens, yeah. I
I
used to
watched
watch
it
that.
for a while, and then it just got too deep for me, and I was like,
Nah,
I
so
don't know if I can
again, this
watch all
goes
this.
back to what I was telling you before. These people on here talking. How do they know this?
Yeah, that was the part that was confusing.
It was
me.
always the guy with the Wolverine hair.
Yeah, I'm about to say, every episode is like, who is he?
Like bad tan job, and he's telling us everything about these aliens. It's like, who told you this, man? Like, why are you the source right now? Like, cite your source. Like, so after a while, it dawned on me, like, bro, how did he know all this, man?
Yeah.
It was just like the black dude we was talking about the other day. Like, bro, how do you know?
Yeah.
Like, what book did you read that nobody else read?
Yeah. I mean, it's just, I believe that it is something. And I think that it all kind of comes together. But I think that we piecing stuff together that we have no idea that what we piecing together. I think it's kind of, it makes sense because, okay, there are beings, we all know, like, we gotta know it's something bigger than us. We're not just the only people here.
Especially if you're telling us every star is a galaxy. That means every star has an Earth.
Yeah. And then the fact, and it also has to be a fact about afterlife in itself also. And I'm not saying that from a mental state of we turn into like these ghosts and we go to heaven or hell or anything, because we can get deeper into that, because I don't really,
let's go. Because it's simple. It's real simple.
But I don't believe that our mentality that we have here on Earth transcends to an afterlife.
But that's because we can't understand it, because it's not for us to understand.
Yeah, and now that's what I'm about to say. Like,
living here.
I don't make my mind compute to what happens after life, because it won't. Just like if we was to have a baby, a seed starts off from somewhere.
Well, hold on. Who is this we you speak of?
What?
It's not a we. Gotta make sure that's clear, man.
All right.
We spent a lot of time in here smiling at each other. I want to make sure.
But a baby starts off as a seed, and basically, when a baby, like, we don't know what's that transition from that form of life transitions to how it comes to us now. How we think, how we breathe, what we believe in, what we eat, because that was a whole nother organism of within ourselves of who we are today. So I think that it's something got to be bigger out there that our minds can't compute. But I think we rationalize that with this alien subject, and we try to correlate the both, or we try to say that that the afterlife comes with a situation of what we did here in this life, and I think it's got to be bigger than that.
So I'm gonna blow your mind with a couple things I'm about to say to you.
Go ahead.
So the alien thing, so something out there. We don't know what it is. I don't think it's safe enough to say that they come here and they just see how we operate and just doesn't feel safe enough to come out and engage with us, which is 100% correct, because we're going to take you, we're going to kidnap you, we're going to cut you open to figure out why and who you are, how you work, and then hope another one come and then be able to talk to you.
Right,
because
that's our
we done created a weapon that can destroy you. That's why we had to kidnap the first you and figure out how to kill you.
That's our human nature.
That's our human nature. I'm glad you said that. So I'm going to jump around real quick. Afterlife. I don't think we should try to conceptualize the afterlife, because the way the humans are, you give a human an idea of curiosity that's strong enough, we will pursue it. That's how people in cults get everybody to do a mass suicide.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to promise you to get to this place, and I done created this place, and now that you have this place established in your mental and have in your heart and your desire to be there, you're going to do whatever it takes to be there, because in your human form, you thinking it's all, I feel this, I feel that. For one, we don't know. We just see what the Bible said about the afterlife. But two, the feelings and the euphoria of this life isn't the same as the afterlife. So it's like
good.
Yeah, I'm saying?
The human form. That's
you taking a human cardinal mind and trying to put it in the afterlife. We can't do that. We shouldn't do that, because in the Bible, where it talks about streets paved in gold, our cardinal mind is going to do what? I'm gonna try to steal this gold because I know it's value in it.
Mm-hmm.
In the afterlife, it doesn't have any value. It's just a rock on the ground. But because you took that cardinal mind and took it into a spiritual realm, now you're trying to take those cardinal morals and execute it in the spiritual world where it don't matter. Now you the fool walking around putting rocks in your pocket while everybody looking at you like, why are you doing that? It's just a rock. You trying to buy groceries with a couple rocks? You think you Birdman up here because you got rocks in your pockets? It's just stones. But you get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
and then we'd be
sense.
stupid enough to say everybody gets a mansion, right?
Open my mind up
now,
with that.
I want a mansion, and I want your mansion just to say I got 2 mansions because that's what cardinal minds do. I want to have more than everyone else. We cannot take that cardinal mind of that word. That's why I said I was going to blow your mind on that.
Yeah.
The third thing I'm going to blow your mind with is this one. In the Bible, God, when he created Jesus, he said, I created him in the image of man, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know if you ever thought about this. What does Jesus look like to a Martian?
Mm.
That same concept would be with the Martians. God could tell the Martian, I'm going to create Jesus in the image of a Martian so you can accept it. So just imagine that. Like, when you talk about God created the galaxies, and there's like people, I've had this question like, well, how come Jesus don't look like an alien? It's like, well, because he created it in a man that's occupying that planet of where he's introducing himself to.
Right.
Now I ain't got nothing to say. Look,
yeah, it ain't even that you kill me, but that is something to make you think, dog. You know, sometimes that's why this podcast is good. It's kind of we want everybody to think. You know, sometimes we want y'all to write in the comments, give us feedback so we can get where y'all perspectives are. Cause him giving his perspective on basically life after death, that was mind-boggling. Like I ain't think about that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But
that's what makes me
the alien subject. We go back into the conspiracy theories. Like, what changed our mindset from back then to where people just on Area 51 and you got these,
and that was it.
Yeah, and it was these aliens. They come here to visit it. They abduct us. They checking on us. They want to
taking our cows.
Yeah, they got all these movies out, and it's like these movies are real. Like, yeah, this is a real documentary on aliens.
A human fighter jet just shot down a spaceship that just flew 50 light years to get here, right?
But what's crazy is, what if some of that's true?
It's not. You know what's crazy? I'm glad you said that. I think, and I think I'm right about this. When some people make movies, they gotta have the government clear it because it's like, hey, nah, you can't talk about that. Even because you can imagine it and they can have it like as a true thing.
Yeah.
But just because they see it, people see it on TV, they're like, yeah, that's top secret. You know, you can't have that in there.
Yeah.
Change that out. So I think, and some things is like, yeah, let's throw the little cherry out there. You know, it is a little truth to it, but we gonna let it ride.
But do you think that's the scary part about that? Like, that the government do know that it is something out there and they not trying to let us know?
I think
for a certain reason. Why is it?
I think the bigger question is, we probably asking that question on a U.S. level instead of a
world level.
Yeah. So world leaders should know about aliens, not just us. They don't come and just visit.
I try to go down
spaceships don't just come to the U.S.
I know that, but I try to go down the rabbit hole, but the way our media is, and I've learned this too, they won't let us get access to a lot of the stuff outside of the United States.
Now. Because they say that freedom of speech and freedom of press, no, they control what we see on our TV.
They definitely
just do. Like they do in Russia, and just like they do in was it North Korea?
Yeah.
But the difference is, we just get more of it than they do. That's all.
And that's the part that be pissing
me off. They control what we see on TV.
We don't really know what's going over there. Like, we don't know what's going on over there in China. We don't really know about their economics like that.
And it says the World Wide Web, but we don't have access to the world. We don't Russian websites. We can't see.
Yeah,
Korean, China.
It's some of that stuff that, and Trump put me onto that. I didn't know this, but I didn't know that a lot of stuff that we got is banned.
Yeah,
and a lot of stuff that they got is banned
over here.
And it's like they don't got certain things that we got. We thinking that everybody can see this in the world. It's like some places they don't got these same, sources of information that we got. But it's like certain sources of information that we got only giving us
But that's why I say, like, it's a world thing. The world leaders, whoever they are, it's a group of them or a single person, whatever it is, who controls that information. To be like, hey, we can't give this out to the world.
But that's the part that I'm really surprised that, like, it's kind of like, why do they, that's the question I'm trying to ask. Why do they want to keep us in the dark about certain things?
Because it's our
Even
nature.
with the scriptures in the Bible that we don't know about.
But, so, before I get in the Bible one, as far as the alien one, think about it like this. When someone found the first white tiger, because we all seen orange and black tigers. They seen the first white tiger. What did the world do? And hey, we found the white tiger in South Africa. Next, you know, humans go to South Africa to find this white tiger. And not only do they find it, they have to have proof they found it. So what do? They kill it.
Yeah.
They cut his head off. Now I have a white tiger head in my office. You can't tell humans stuff like that because we're going to want to pursue it. The curiosity thing in it, that's kind of like our
the curiosity.
It's our help and our hurt, our harming factor, because the curiosity is what gives us the technology we have.
The fear.
But the curiosity is also the thing that it's a fear, but it's a control thing. I want to empower it. I want to see it. You know, that's why animals go extinct, because we say, hey, we got, you know, the first person saw a lion, this thing with this big mane. Like, oh, where'd you see it at? I gotta go see it. You know, I got money. I gotta go see it. Oh, now it would be cool if I take it. And then, you know,
right.
Now it's gonna be even better when I make a purse out of it.
It's like the American
wolf. You got his head on your man. I got his skin on my back. Like it, and now, like, oh, I gotta have it too because we done killed aliens now.
You're right, because it was at one point in time the America was filled with I think it was a dire wolf or something like that. But they almost
it's crazy. They get down to like 300.
They was almost extinct, but then they tried to repopulate them. Yeah. Now they overpopulating again, but then again they trying to kill them again. It's like they controlling.
And then you know what's the craziest part? These things that the aliens that we're pursuing, they got better technology than us. They was able to.
Of course they do.
We can't see them. They came from their planet to us. We didn't go to theirs. We ain't got that much technology to go there.
And they keep trying to steal their technology.
It's like to do what? Destroy each other with it. It's crazy. I don't think we're ready to receive aliens. Now, the Bible thing, I don't know as much about that because, like you said, the books that it's a couple of them, and it's a couple books that versions of the Bible that have like books that aren't in the King James version.
Yeah.
Why is that? I don't know. I can't. I know about it. It is a question as to why these are, you know, excluded from this version of the Bible. Like, what is it or whatever? I don't know. It's a question.
Yeah, that's a big question, but it's the part of the like I said, the disinformation. They want us to know certain things, and it ain't just America. It's like you said, it's a world thing sometimes, and it's like who's controlling this from a world leader standpoint. That goes back into the conspiracy theory of do you believe that it's families out there that runs the world?
Families, I see that stuff like that. I try not to think about because it's like, what can you do with that information? And can you even obtain that information?
Yeah.
You know, if it is that, and it's proof of it, does it make it that much powerful? Like, it loses power, right? If I know who's the person who's actually doing it. Like, when people put, and they put names out there, the Biltmores and the Rockefellers and all that, was like, but that's all we know is their name. Like, we don't really, I don't think a lot of people that I've met, and I haven't met anyone who knows what does the Rockefeller family do. What do they do?
I don't know.
But their name was always tied to this powerhouse, but no one knows what they do.
I know that they started off with oil. They started off as an oil company, and then they became one of the largest conglomerates in the world.
I'm gonna look into that. I don't know if I should.
Yeah, I mean,
we gonna get something gonna happen.
Yeah, we gonna get into that one on another date.
We poking too many bears. Like,
Because now we started to get into the conspiracy part of it, but that's probably more or less what I want people to think about. Like, I want us to think outside the box, and
Yeah.
that way we can start to learn more, especially about ourselves, about the world, and who we can be and where we can fit in the world, knowing this information. And with that being said,
Close it out.
let's close it out.